So today, we'll be taking a look at a handful of topics regarding Paige, Sasha Banks, and Kevin Owens' big decision. Let's start things off with the Kevin Owens decision. So like we've been talking about a lot recently, Kevin Owens has been at the front of everyone's mind because of how fast we were getting to the last date of his current WWE deal. His deal was set to expire in January 2022. And you know how things are when it comes to free agency in professional wrestling. There's a lot of options out there now, so everyone wants to know, where are you going? And that started to be the case with Kevin Owens. There were some fans discussing why Kevin Owens should stay, other fans discussing why Kevin Owens should explore other options. And it's just been back and forth between those sides for months. But Owens had reportedly already made his big decision. Sean Ross first reported the word that Kevin Owens has officially signed a massive multi-year extension to stay with WWE. So as expected, it seems like WWE was hard at work making sure they held on to Kevin Owens and convinced him to stay. What happened with Adam Cole really served as a lesson. There was reportedly some people who thought Adam Cole to be locked to the WWE main roster, but then he just slipped through their fingers and didn't sign that extension. So it looks like they didn't want to repeat that same situation here and lose Kevin Owens as well. So they locked him up with an extension weeks before the actual expiration date itself. A lot of fans were already discussing how day one probably would have been Kevin Owens' last huge match in WWE. But with the news of his extension now being confirmed, Kevin Owens is here to stay for the long run. So now, knowing the confirmed news about his contract extension, it'll be great to see what's next for Kevin Owens. He recently turned heel, and it provided a much-needed breath of fresh air for his character. So now that there's some confirmed news about his future, it'll be exciting to see where they take heel Kevin Owens on Raw. Maybe he does hang around the world title scene for a bit. Maybe he can have a big non-title feud with someone like Edge. That would all be very interesting to see play out. So we'll have to see how they decide to use him following the news of his extension. Sasha Banks surprised everyone when she appeared on the red carpet at the LA premiere for SpiderMan No Way Home. SpiderMan is no doubt one of the hottest and most hyped movies right now, so Sasha's appearance at the premiere was a huge deal and got noticed by many. Sasha Banks is technically part of the Disney family because of her role in The Mandalorian and how successful that was for her. Besides her WWE work, that was Sasha's real first time acting on a big stage for a huge show like that, and she absolutely crushed it. Everyone loved her character, loved her portrayal, and she even received Emmy nominations for the role. So that was huge for her, and there's been rumors and rumblings ever since about her character returning to the show. There's even some rumors that Sasha could even act in bigger Disney Marvel related projects down the line. WWE has at least 3 definite massive stars that will make an impact in Hollywood right now, and those 3 are Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks. No denying either of those 3, they're all big box office, and it's been rumored for years now that all of these huge directors and producers have got their eyes on all 3 of them, and maybe even more superstars. Everyone sees the success that The Rock and John Cena had transitioning from WWE to Hollywood. So maybe there are a few directors out there that are actively looking for the next huge crossover star from pro wrestling. So hopefully, Sasha has some more big acting projects on the way as well. As far as Sasha's WWE direction right now, she doesn't appear to have a specific storyline going on. She's still being used every week, she just took down Shayna Baszler in a singles match, but not much story going on with her usage right now, but you have to assume that she will stack up a couple of wins and eventually break through to reignite her feud with Charlotte Flair. So be on the lookout for that as well in the future. Paige was recently in the headlines after reports were talking about how Paige survived all these waves of releases, and how it's a great sign that the company most likely sees a lot of value in her. Something that Paige has been teasing for years now is of course her return to the ring itself. Paige has been through a lot. She suffered basically 2 career-ending injuries. She was able to make a miracle recovery from the first one, but hasn't been able to bounce back from the second career-ending injury. After going through that type of injury twice, that's why everyone is extremely cautious for when it comes to Paige's return to the ring. Clearance for her is obviously going to be very tough to get, but Paige hasn't lost hope. She has stated several times that Bryan Danielson and Edge gave her a lot of inspiration. Here's two men who were both told in their 30s that they will never wrestle again. Some years go by and they both make those miracle returns to the ring. So Paige is holding on to their stories and hoping that her story will just be like theirs. She's fully retired 1 second and then suddenly she's cleared to compete. Paige got the return rumors started up again after she tweeted a message to Lita along with a picture of them both saying, quote, "My fave pic of Lita and I. Miss you, sister. 2022 is gonna be a good year." End quote. Of course, the last line got the most attention by fans. What does she mean 2022 is gonna be a good year? Is that in regards to her return? That's what fans were talking about. Paige was talking about her return to the ring over the summer and did say that she was gonna keep fighting to get cleared and wouldn't say a word to anyone if she was cleared. She wants it to be a complete shocker, with the word not getting out at all beforehand. So even though Paige will continue to tease us with her return, she's never going to flat out give us confirmation that she's cleared, just to keep it as a surprise. Which is a great thing. We're in an era right now where things get reported and leaked several weeks in advance. So it'll be nice to have a genuine surprise return with Paige if she does keep it under wraps. Maybe that line about 2022 being a good year was not related to wrestling at all. Maybe she has other projects coming up. It's hard to tell. Like we briefly touched on during the last update, we're going on nearly 2 years since Paige's last television appearance. So if it's a non-wrestling role, it'll be nice to see Paige back on TV in some capacity again. She was doing great as Smackdown GM, but had to relinquish the position after WWE decided to move away from the GM role on TV. Then she was a great manager for Asuka and Kairi Sane, but they turned heel on her. So we've seen Paige as an in-ring talent, an official, a manager, an analyst, and she's excelled with every role given to her. So it's a bit unfortunate that she hasn't been used at all in 2 years, despite the fact that she's been signed to the company this whole time. So hopefully 2022 is the return of Paige, even in a non-wrestling role. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.